welcome everyone back to another episode of Custom Class. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Custom Class. Now, it has been a very long time since I've done Custom Class. I'm not going to go into too much detail why I stopped the series, but hopefully it's back, and hopefully it's back with a bang. Now, I'm really excited to get this underway. Hopefully you're excited to be part of this series again. Of course, as always, I do apologise for stopping the series for such a long time, because it was a really enjoyable series. So if you're willing to support this and be part of this again, that would be absolutely amazing. But basically, for those who don't know, you don't have to be subscribed to be part of this series. You know, just posting a comment is all you basically have to do. Or if you really want to, you can send me a message on Twitter with your custom class, essentially. So all you have to do is, like I said, post a comment or send me a message wherever of your custom class, whether that be wacky, crazy, sensible, mental, downright off the wall, anything you can think of is acceptable. So you can also do maybe theme loadouts. So if there's a game that you're particularly fond of and there's a weapon or loadout in that game that you think could be recreated in Battlefield 4, then do feel free to leave that in the comment section below as well. But today, moving with themed loadouts, I went with Star Wars. Now, because I had the recent opportunity to play the Star Wars Battlefront Alpha, which I have to say was freaking insane. It was an absolute blast to play. I wanted to recreate a loadout from a certain character that's going to be in Star Wars Battlefront. Unfortunately, not in the alpha. However, the loadout is called the Bounty Hunter. Now, the loadout was meant to be a silence weapon, whatever that might be. I went with the AS-Val to start with because I thought that was the most laser blaster or laser rifle kind of weapon. It looked more like a laser blaster once you put an ACOG sight on it. But unfortunately, what I didn't realise is the AS-Val on single shot totally sucks. I mean, it's literally totally terrible. Don't even try it. It's not really recommended. But I went for a different weapon. I went for the Bulldog ACOG suppressor and ergo grip. Now, I didn't put the attachments on there to improve the weapon. I just put them on there to make it look like a laser blaster. And also, surprisingly, it actually sounds like a laser blaster, or what a laser blaster would sound like when you fire the weapon. It's absolutely incredible. So with the sidearm as well, I went with the M1911 3x scope and a suppressor, also making that weapon truly terrible, also with a laser sight, so it doesn't really matter. But I made that pistol because it looks a whole lot like the Han Solo blaster, the pre-order bonus for Star Wars Battlefront, so I thought that was fairly fitting for the whole themed loadout. But what you're probably expecting me to say is this weapon is terrible. And you'd be right, this weapon is terrible on single shot. You might be wondering why I put it on single shot. Basically because what I remember from Star Wars, laser blasters are single shot. You don't really have fully automatic laser blasters. I'm really talking about the films, or what they showed in Star Wars, the actual movies, and not really so much the game, because of course Star Wars Battlefront does have automatic laser rifles. So, and surprisingly, I actually had an absolute blast, pardon the pun, but I did actually have a lot of fun using this weapon on single shot. Admittedly, I was playing hardcore, and I was actually able to pick up, you know, multi-kills, triple kills, maybe not triple kills, but double kills here and there, which was absolutely astonishing because, you know, hardly anybody, at least that I've seen in Battlefield 4 to date, has used a weapon on single shot, you know, besides the sniper rifles. But that's really because there's not a whole lot of point to use single shot in Battlefield 4 unless you're playing Conquest and really want to be perfectly accurate, because I find with any assault rifle you can just burst fire and it'd be perfectly fine. So there's not really a whole lot of point or need or want to actually put it on single shot, but it was actually really effective. And Possibly something I might do more in the future, putting weapons on single shot, especially on hardcore, because you're able to be so accurate. Now that might sound quite hypocritical to what I've just said, but it's actually really effective. But the problem I found was moving with this weapon, especially when you're moving and trying to fire at the same time, made it feel very inaccurate. Now I'm not really sure if that's just the weapon, if the weapon itself is fairly inaccurate, because from what I remember, using this weapon without a silencer, foregrip, you know, just the standard model, it actually felt fairly responsive, accurate, you know, it hit where it's meant to hit, and I don't really know what was going on with it, because whether or not it had something to do with the single shot mode, I don't really know. But besides that, of course, the whole loadout itself was meant to be the bounty hunter. Now, you might not see a whole lot of bounty hunter-esque with this kind of loadout, because the idea was, I'm not really sure if I've mentioned this, but the idea was to have the AS-Val. Now, I wanted the AS-Val because it was on the engineer class, and the engineer has the RPG. So, if you remember back from Star Wars, at least with the character Jango Fett, he had the jetpack and the rocket launcher. So I wanted to have the RPG to, you know, kind of every so often whip it off your back like you would as the bounty hunter, and just fire an RPG or a rocket down range. But unfortunately, what I didn't foresee is most servers that I join don't allow RPGs nor jetpacks, so you couldn't really do that. That's more nailing the point why I switched over to the assault rifle. However, if you do want to give this this setup a go, I highly recommend it. It's an absolute blast. It is so much fun to play. So try it hardcore, try it single shot. The Bulldog, if you have that weapon, I mean, you can really try any weapon. The sniper, a sniper rifle works just as well. The AS-Val ACOG sight. You could try and something I was thinking of trying was the L86A2 LMG with a scope. Kind of looks like a laser blaster. Not really sure how well it would work. Possibly something to do in the future. But there you go. That's pretty much the end of this episode. Do remember to leave your comments, your classes in the comment section below. That would be absolutely awesome. But nonetheless, thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time.